Ron DeSantis jokes ready. But Mickey Mouse beat the hell out of me, got there first. After his re-election as governor, he was asked if he had a mandate. He said, hell no, I'm straight. I'm straight.
The biggest stories of our lifetimes is the total collapse in testosterone levels in American men.
If you want to optimize and take it to another level, expose yourself to red light therapy.
Yes.
And the Juve that we were using in the documentary, there's a massive amount of it.
Which is testicle tanning.
It's testicle tanning, but it's also full body red light therapy.
I want to talk about how it seems to me like all Republicans talk about is sex.
But my view is, okay, testosterone levels crash and nobody says anything about it. That's crazy. So why is it crazy to seek solutions?
I love that even the dude who's pushing this theory knows it's better to call it red light therapy, but Tucker just jumps right in to make it clear what we're talking about. What's interesting about red light therapy, testicle tanning? Is that the testicle tanning? Because all my questions are about testicle tanning. It's your whole body. Yeah, but it also does the testicle?
They pretend that we're the degenerates. When every time
Fox News executives reportedly have a dossier of dirt on him.
it's a Republican, just like the one this week.
That's right. They apparently have him saying the most vile things you can imagine. And the way they compiled it, and this is genius, is by turning on his television show and pressing record.
What would you expect? The projection party.
A former Fox producer who worked on Carlson's show filed a lawsuit accusing the anchor and the network of a hostile work environment.
There's a difference between having a thick skin and being subjected to prejudice and being subjected to misogyny day in and day out, and it wears on you.
The producer at his show alleges she heard the word around the office constantly.
Female politicians who came on the show were mocked. There were debates about who they'd rather sleep with. C-word all the time.
And maintain your vote by fucking with people's sex.
Police in Australia arrested a man after he was caught at a bus stop masturbating for over an hour. Australia, where the police let you finish.
Why do the Republicans constantly talk about small government? We want to make government so small that it withers on the vine.
They are not taking it well. Tucker Carlson, seen here struggling to make it through No Nut November.
What they actually mean is they want to make government so small that it fits inside your womb.
Because even though women have used it safely for over 2 decades, he's a man, and I guess he just knows better. Now, thank God the Supreme Court has temporarily halted that decision, at least until Clarence Thomas comes back from his all-expenses-paid cruise.
Because apparently a bunch of assholes on the Supreme Court who cheated their way on, check out my video about that, have decided that it's up to them what happens to the 14-year-old girl in Omaha. What happens to my daughter? What happens to your sister? Women all across America are dying because the states won't let them do the procedure. So they're sent home to die.
But that doesn't stop individual states from enacting their own bans. And over a dozen states already have, including Wyoming, which bans both mifepristone and a second abortion pill, misoprostol.
Seems like all they want to talk about is sex. This is how they maintain the vote. By talking about sex. Your sex, my sex, their sex, a sex. What kind of sex? Oh my God, there's more sexes? Sex, 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 sex.
A 10-year-old boy in Florida faces misdemeanor battery charges after he allegedly touched a teacher's breast. Because under Florida law, students are required to wait for their teacher to make the first move.
It's not a culture war. It's a war on your pussy. And I'm not talking about abortion or even birth control. I'm talking about the fucking caliphate that Republicans are trying to bring. Hey, you call it whatever the fuck you want. Evangelical bullshit is exactly the same as the crazies in the Middle East. Check. All the rules are the same.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who always looks like someone told him to go home and get his shine box, signed a bill that allows Florida residents to carry concealed guns without a permit because Florida is dangerous and you just never know when someone is going to run up to you and say gay.
My grandfather announced one year at Thanksgiving that our family were no longer Southern Baptists.
Conservative judges and pundits have defended Thomas by saying that his deals with Harlan Crow are not corrupt because Crow had no business before the court. But come on, does this conservative Christian billionaire strike you as someone who didn't want them to overturn Roe v. Wade? He looks like he's on a pamphlet called Why You Have to Keep It.
My grandfather was at every Southern Baptist convention since before I was born. It was shocking. But the reason why my grandfather took us out of the Southern Baptist Convention was because in 1996, I believe it was, they announced that a little-known part of the Bible has been properly interpreted, and that a woman must gracefully submit to her husband.
And who says this is a states-only issue. I mean, we've been given a new beginning for life in this country. I think we have an opportunity to advance the sanctity of life, move it ever closer to the center of American law.
I can only imagine the look that my grandmother gave my grandfather when she heard that shit.
Limit on late-term abortions, allow abortion on demand, limit abortions, limiting abortion, limit abortion on abortions, late-term abortion, abortion on demand.
This has been going on for a long time. It's not about abortion. That's the tip of the iceberg. It's a police state. It's not going to be like that show that everybody loves so much. It's going to be way worse.
Just put yourself in his shoes. Say you're this massive piece of shit with no real friends, and you gotta giggle like a Tickle Me Elmo and a dumb floppy haircut, and you always have your mouth hanging open like you're drying your teeth. I forgot where I was going with this.
You will need paperwork every time you have a period. Multiple states, attorneys generals are trying to get the records from those damn apps that women keep track of their dates with.
Tucker's an asshole.
Girls, get off those fucking apps.
No, quit covering for these guys. No, your media, you keep covering for these guys.
Because you damn sure don't want the government to be just small enough to fit inside your womb. And if they are just small enough to crawl inside your womb like every Republican wants them to do, don't give them a fucking calendar. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Vote these fuckers out. Y'all take it easy.
M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous.
I love women, but they're extremely primitive. They're basic.
I gotta go. You should stick to the thigh-high boots. You're better at that. The orange M&M is a secret sexist himself.